Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Out.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me and bow your heads as we remember fallen firefighters and other public safety professionals who are unable to be here with us today. Detail, dismissed. Academy graduates, please find your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, you may sit down. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for coming on this beautiful Saturday before Mother's Day. I know a lot of people have plans to be here today. It's special for our graduates. I'm John McDougall. I'm the director of the Fire Science Program here at Ames, and I've had the privilege of spending a lot of time with these graduates over the past 15 weeks. And I can say that there's a lot of excellence that stands before us today. Before we get going, and I thank a lot of other people and introduce our guest speaker, I'd first like to introduce to the stage our director of the Public Safety Institute, Mr. Ross Perkins, and our dean of the Public Safety Transportation Education Division at Ames Community College, Dr. Susan Moreland.
Thank you, Chief McDougall. Wow, this is the second one I got to stand up here and look across this crowd and see these incredible graduates today and watch them as they grow throughout the semester. You know, and we're here to celebrate them today, but I want to just take a few moments to recognize not only the work of everybody who teaches here, works here in the Public Safety Institute. I want to start with Chief John McDougall, the director. Let's give him a big round of applause. This academy would not happen without Chief Riddle over there. Can you raise your hand, Ronnie? He makes sure everything runs out there and is going when we have our academies. Not only for those two, but also for all our instructors, our assistant instructors, all the people that come in on throughout the whole semester to teach and train these young men and women. I just want to thank them. Let's give them a round of applause. And then finally, something that Chief McDougall shared with me earlier this semester when we were just having a conversation, and it really resonated with me. Today, and going forward, you're part of this public safety family. You're part of a larger family. And there was a saying that Chief McDougall shared with me. It said, in this family, no one stands alone. And I want you to remember that. Thank you for your hard work, and I look forward to this celebration. Before I move on, I want to hand over the microphone to the dean of this division, Dr. Susan Moreland.
Hello, graduates, distinguished guests, friends and family. Having served 20 years in the United States Air Force as an intelligence officer, I have the great honor and privilege now to serve as your academic dean for this most amazing Public Safety Institute. Thanks kindly for giving me a few minutes of your time this morning. First and foremost, I would like to take a minute to recognize a few distinguished Ames community. I probably should put this on me, huh? So I won't have, I'll let you put it on me. So I'd like to recognize some of our distinguished Ames Community College guests who have joined us today. As I call your name, would you kindly stand up or wave your hand in the air so you can be recognized? Today we have with us Ames Community College Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. David Ayler. Also, we have Ames Community College Vice President of Administrative Services, Chuck Jensen. And we were very lucky today to have our board president of Ames Community College Foundation, Diane Holmberg. I'm happy to introduce to you my academic dean colleague. He is the Dean of Business and Technology, Dr. Jim Vernon. And I'd also like to recognize our Ames Community College Foundation Development Officer, Jordan Wagner, who's an alumni from Ames. Thank you for attending today's ceremony. We are happy to have you in the audience. Graduates, you You have been through a lot together. I know I see you from my second floor window, climbing the tower, jumping off, squirting water. I've seen it all. And your journey has been very, very, very rigorous and a challenging one, academically, physically, and mentally. As a former military service member and comrade in uniform, I just wanted to personally congratulate each and every one of you on a job well done and wish you good luck in all your future endeavors. Lastly, I would be remiss not to recognize all of the mothers who are in the audience today. I would like to wish you a very special happy Mother's Day, and it's tomorrow, and thank you for entrusting Ames Community College to educate and train these wonderful human beings to embark on their firefighting journey or wherever else it may take them. I will now ask Chief McDougall to come back up to the podium. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, before I get started, I want to make sure special recognition for the folks that were directly involved, not just during the academy, but leading up to the academy. There's a lot of obviously work that needs to be done. And then there's a lot of work. The difference between a lead instructor and an adjunct assistant instructor is the lead instructor has total responsibility for those in their classes. This semester, like last semester, we were capped out at 24 students in each academy, which is a lot to take on when you're talking about fire academy, which brings us in a lot of assistant instructors. The guys that all really made it all happen are lead instructors. First from the Day Academy, I'd like to introduce Engineer Rito Gallardo and Lieutenant Tyler Cheshire. Rito's with Greeley Fire, and Lieutenant Cheshire is with Loveland Fire. Big round of applause for these two guys. And a guy you'll see a lot of today and did a great job of opening our ceremony today, the lead instructor for the Night Academy, and he's also a fire science full-time faculty that delivers our fire science courses, Chief Rob Willits. I think by the round of applause these guys got from their students, I think is enough to be said that how much they're appreciated, and I appreciate you guys as well. Thank you very much for all you do. My right-hand man, I know that Ross introduced him and thanked him, and Mr. Ronnie Riedel. Everybody here that works in the academies knows how much behind the scenes, and for those in the firefighting profession, usually you have 1 or 2, 3 people assigned to your training section. You have 1 or 2 people assigned as logistics type folks that take care of, well, he does it all by himself for these academies. Ronnie, thank you for all you do. Appreciate you. Our adjunct instructors, I know there's a few of you. Can you stand, please? How many are here? I know I saw a couple of you. Sean Walker's here. I know Randy's over here. So there's a few, but I supervise exactly 100 employees. Some in CPAP, mostly in the fire academy, mostly adjuncts, part-timers, and they are all amazing, from all departments around the area. Randy and Sean, everyone else I missed, thank you for all you do. Appreciate you. I'd also like to thank, and they're tucked away now, but please give a big round of applause for someone we were able to finally get on the schedule for, and now we hope to make part of our graduations from this point forward, the Colorado Emerald Society Piper Band. Thank you very much to them. Thank you, everybody. Okay, now it's the time for me to introduce our guest speaker for today. Chief Sendelbach is a 38-year student and educator of the Fire and Emergency Services, currently serving as the Fire Chief for Loveland Fire Rescue Authority. He has extensive leadership experience serving as a Chief Fire Officer across 7 states, through the private sector as a senior executive. He previously served as an editor-in-chief and conference director for the Firehouse Magazine, overseeing content and editorial direction of Firehouse Magazine, Firehouse.com, Firehouse Expo, Firehouse World. Chief Sendelbach is a credentialed Chief Fire Officer and Chief Training Officer with the Center for Public Safety Excellence. He has a master's degree in leadership from Bellevue University, a bachelor's degree in fire administration, and arson and associate's degree in emergency medical care from Eastern Kentucky University. Chief Sendelbach was awarded the prestigious Innovator of the Year Award from the International Society of Fire Service Instructors for his innovative training ideas and concepts in the area of firefighter safety and survival. In 2001, he was awarded the George Hughes Award from the Texas Association of Fire Educators for his accomplishments as a speaker and trainer for the state of Texas. Chief Sendelbach is also a strong advocate for firefighter health and wellness and frequently competes in long-distance triathlons and related fitness events around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute privilege and honor to introduce to you today a great friend of Ames Community College, a personal friend of mine, Chief Tim Sendelbach.
Thanks, John. Good morning. A little more energy. Good morning. It's a proud day. John, thank you so much for the warm introduction. Thank you, Ames, for having me and giving me the distinct honor to address each and every one of you. I will openly admit that I'm not real good at staged speeches. I usually wing it. And I've made a career out of that. And I made a career out of that because I speak from the heart. But today, I wanted to make sure that I delivered a very distinct message to 34 individuals in this room and the rest of you that have taken the time out of your day to recognize their accomplishments. So let me start very simply on the wrong page. I'm honestly going to wing it because these are budget notes. That is an interesting situation. I am not kidding you. So we're going to wing it as best we can. Is my face red? Should be. First and foremost, John, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Ross, thank you for the opportunity. And to all the instructional staff, thank you for what you've committed to these young men and women to dedicate themselves to this proud profession. That takes a lot. But I'm going to ask a distinct favor. As a local fire chief, I'm going to ask of the 34 individuals dressed in blue to do me this favor. It's not a direct order as a fire chief, it's simply an ask. That you stand up, turn around, and give a round of applause for the men and women, family, friends, moms and dads that are here today for you. All right, you can sit down. There's a reason I do that, because they can't accomplish, or you can't accomplish what you need to accomplish without them. So one might ask, why me? Why would I be on this stage today addressing these 34 individuals? Why me? I can guarantee you it's not about the accomplishments that were read in my bio. That's not what it's about. What it's about is 39 years ago, I was you. I sat in that exact seat. But more importantly, 39 years ago, I was going through high school. I was an average student at best. My mom and dad never thought in their wildest imagination that I would graduate high school, much less go on to college. After graduating high school, I found my why. I found my why in life. You see, I stand before you today as a second-generation firefighter. Let me back up for a second. My why came to me at a young age. The day was May 28, 1977. The city was Southgate, Kentucky. You see, I was playing wiffle ball just below my parents' house with a bunch of neighborhood friends when suddenly the house sirens started to go off, signaling the local volunteers that there was a fire somewhere. I didn't know. I'd heard that siren many times before. But as I'm pitching that wiffle ball to a friend of mine, my dad's Chiefs car is parked off in the distance. And suddenly I see my dad running down the hill to mount up in that Chiefs car and to take off. Sirens blaring, lights flashing. Had no idea where he was going. I would later find out that my dad was responding to the Beverly Hills Supper Club fire. From that point on, I walked up to my parents' porch and I watched that fire 1 mile away from my house, live and on a small black and white TV. They were black and white back then. And when I say black and white TV, I'm not exaggerating about the size. The broadcaster was Nick Clooney, George Clooney's dad. For those of you that don't know, the Beverly Hills Supper Club fire would eventually claim the lives of 165 civilians and become one of the most historic fires in our nation's history. And my dad was there. That became my why. That became my charge. That became my passion. You roll the clock forward. Roll the clock forward. I go to high school and I graduate. And I go to college and I study fire science. My why is all about this profession. My ask of you is to think about what I'm going to say. And some of what I'm going to say you might not truly understand today. But as you go throughout the course of your career, please do me this favor. Put it in the back of your mind and allow it to come forward at the appropriate time. My first ask or my first lesson is not for you, dressed in blue. It's for all of you represented here today. First and foremost, I appreciate the sacrifice that you've made to allow your loved one, your friends, your family members to put themselves forth for this profession. I appreciate that. That's a sacrifice. But I'm going to tell you a story about my mother for a second and hopefully tie this together with Mother's Day and make it a full understanding as the important role that you play. It was 1985, August 16th to be exact. I was mowing the grass at my parents' house, very closely to where I was playing wiffle ball a few years before. Now I'm mowing the grass. I'm 16 years old. When the local volunteer fire chief pulls up next to me, waves his hand, I stall the lawnmower, say, "Hey, Mike, what's up?" He says, "Hey, when you going to come down and join the fire department?" Kind of shook my head, contemplated it for a little bit, and I said, "I'll get back to you." It was on a Saturday afternoon. That next Monday night, I went to the local volunteer fire station, and I joined the local fire department. They issued me a pager, they issued me protective clothing, and that night, they called me a firefighter. That was my training. I kid you not, I come home, pager in hand, and I'm watching TV again at my parents' house. That pager goes off. I grab the pager, I grab my keys, like I know what the heck I'm going to do. I go to charge out of the house. Suddenly, my mother steps in front of me and says, "No, you're not going." Now, I knew exactly why my mother was doing what she was doing. You see, the fire service had created trials and tribulations for for me, my family, and my upbringing. It's a demanding profession, and it had demanded a lot of our family. My response to my mother, with gleam in my eyes and tears starting to ball up, I stared my mother in the eye, and I said, "Mom, what if all mothers said no?" Ladies and gentlemen, I stand here today, the proudest fan, the strongest supporter of Timothy E. Sindelback is my mother. She has never once, since that day, stepped in front of me. She's been the hard charge behind my passion and my energy. My charge to each and every one of you, whether you're a parent, a loved one, a mom, a dad, a husband, a wife, a brother, or a sister, we need you to be all in for them to be successful. My lesson number 2 is for each and every one of you. Each and every one of you 34 in this room. I'm going to ask you to consider your why. Why did you choose this profession? This demanding profession. Why did you make that choice? And why will you make that choice each and every day moving forward? I ask you this question with this in mind. If your motivation, if your why, if your burning passion in your heart is based on big fires, in the adrenaline that surges through your veins in responding to a fire, I'm asking you to reconsider your why. Because that's not what this profession's about. I will preface with this. Your good fire, your big fire, is someone's worst day. Let the passion, let the why in your heart be simply this. Be simply this. I want you to strive and perform in this profession for one reason: to seek that smile on that patient's face when you render aid in their worst situation. I want you to thrive on that simple statement of thank you. I'm asking you to be a humble public servant, selfless in nature, thriving on one thing: the passion to serve. I promise you, if that becomes your why, you won't struggle with morale issues. You won't struggle in this profession, because when your right foot hits the floor in the morning, you'll have a smile on your face and a burning passion to go serve your community. And that's what this profession is about. My next ask is something a little bit more rigid. I'm asking you to uphold the traditions of this proud profession. Now, we have long been known for our traditions. You see it, I'm standing up here. To some of you, I look like the captain of the Love Boat or an airline pilot. Now, this uniform is a very traditional uniform. This badge represents something very important. And the patches that we wear represent the community in which we serve. But the proud traditions of this profession are none of this. This is not the proudest profession. There isn't anything tangible that you will ever hold in your hand or wear on your head that is a true tradition of the American Fire Service. The truest tradition of the American Fire Service that I want you to uphold are the actions of a professional, humble, selfless public servant. That's the true tradition of the American Fire Service. That's what I'm asking of you as you move forward. Now, you are going to be challenged each and every day. You are going to be challenged on those traditions. I'm asking you, hold strong. Hold strong to those traditions and be the true professional that you have been up to this point and every day moving forward. My last lesson is this: be a student of this profession. You heard John read my bio. He started off with something I'm very passionate about, and it's been part of my bio ever since. And I've been fortunate to travel around this country and around the world, speaking to young firefighters, old firefighters, fire chiefs, recruits. but I've always led with I'm a student of the fire and emergency services first. I'm not an expert. I'm not a chief. I am a student of this profession. What I'm asking of you is to be a student of this profession. This profession is evolving each and every day. Today is your graduation day, and many may describe today as the profession is it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And while that may be true, let me put it in different terms that make a little bit more sense to today. You see, today, you're on the 20-yard line. Today is your day that you've got 1st and 10 on the 20. It's your 20. Look down on the horizon. There's 80 more yards to go. There's a long journey ahead of you, a very long journey ahead of you. And I will tell you this, the journey is going to come with some stumbling blocks. Hollywood actor Sylvester Stallone, AKA Rocky Balboa, said it best. Doesn't matter how hard you hit. It matters how hard you get hit and get back up and keep going. What I'm asking you to do is don't give up. Never quit. Keep pushing forward. You chose this profession not because it's easy, but because it's hard. There's another famous person that you may have heard of, John F. Kennedy. In his famous moon speech, he said, we choose to go to the moon, not because it is easy, but because it is hard. It brings the best out in each and every one of us. And this profession has that opportunity to bring the best out in each and every one of you. Be a student of this profession. Don't buy in to stagnation, and don't buy in to traditions that hinder the forward progress of this profession. And always remember this, any tradition that hinders our forward progress, compromises the safety of a firefighter, or the provision of service to the customer we serve, is not a tradition worth honoring. As I wrap up, again, I want to say thank you to John, thanks to Ross for the opportunity, and thanks to all of the instructional staff that afforded you the opportunity to be here today. Now, I may screw this up, so bear with me. I kid you not. My notes are still folded, and they are not my notes for this presentation. But I'm going to wing something here. There was a young lady that came up to me this afternoon who recognized me. I didn't recognize her because she had her hair pulled back. The last time I seen her was in May of 2022. I had the distinct honor of representing the Loveland Rotary Club. I was going to present a scholarship to this young lady. I stood on that stage with mixed emotions, and I recognized this young gal, again, with mixed emotions. My emotions were mixed because it was a proud moment for her, but it was a nervous moment for me. You see, I read this young lady's scholarship application, and in her application, she said she wanted to be the next fire chief of Loveland Fire Rescue Authority. So in all reality, it was a witness protection program. I wanted witnesses to somebody who was going to try to steal my job. That young lady is sitting in this graduate class today, and it absolutely is a distinct honor. She didn't think I remembered. I remembered, and there's a reason I'm here today. That young lady, Madison, is sitting in the front row, which shows you what kind of student she is. Now, I won't point out Madison alone. This is about all of you. But I said something to Madison that day, and as the months went by and she was part of this academy, she sent me an email. And as a fire chief, she may think I'm dismissive of emails that are personal in nature. Absolutely not. I remember that email. That email came to me, and she reminded me of words that I shared with her. As I gave her that scholarship, I said I look forward to the day where I change out that cap for a helmet. Madison, today you're one step closer. Ladies, gentlemen, fellow classmates, today you're one step closer to receiving that helmet and having someone like me that carries stripes on their sleeves, a badge like this, and 2 shoulder patches to welcome you to this proud profession as true, humble public servants, professional in nature, with a duty to serve. Thank you for what you're going to do. Congratulations on your accomplishments. I wish you the best of luck in your career.
Normally, after the guest speaker speaks, and I thank them for their amazing words, which those were unparalleled, emotional, awesome, amazing, appropriate words. Thank you very much, Chief. But I've thought more appropriate for the coin that says Pride, Excellence, Education, Service to come from Maddie. So, Maddie, I'd like you to coin, Chief.
Well, thank you. So, Maddie. Nice try. Not my first rodeo, I come equipped. So the coin I'm going to give her is a coin directly from the office of the fire chief, and on it, it says know your why.
Those unscripted moments, which that was, by the way, very heartfelt. Thank you, Chief, again, for that. And Maddie, that's a great story that I was totally unaware of. So really hit me in the heart. Thank you for that. To give us a brief overview now of the academies, and then we're going to lead into the certificates afterwards, I'm going to ask Chief Rob Willis to come to the stage and kind of break down really quickly what is Academy, what we do, how much hard work goes into that, and then we're going to recognize our students with their certificates. Rob?
Chief, you're a hard act to follow. I'll see what I can do. So a day in the fire academy. Pretty simple, really, right? You all know this, okay? We get there early. You have to be there early. We're going to set up our gear a certain way. We call that parade ready. Going to stand behind that gear at attention because we follow some of those traditions. Right? It's pride in what we do. Then we post colors, maybe some lecture, maybe some PT, get into skills, small things like putting on your bunker gear. Yes, we had to teach you how to dress yourself again. Okay? Bunker gear, SCBA, firefighter survival things. We start there early so that it's hammered into you. Search and rescue, forcible entry, raising ladders, use of power equipment and saws. That's pretty fun, all right? Use of power equipment, hoses, water supply, and finally, we get down to fire attack. Most of you thought that you were going to come in and start stretching hose and putting out fire, right? We got to get you there first, okay? But that's not really what it's like, is it? No, that's not quite it. The students here today were pushed mentally and physically from the first day. All of them had to work through some extent of claustrophobia, maybe a fear of heights, physical and mental exhaustion. We all see that you had that, right? We're working jobs, we're doing these other things. They were expected to quickly become competent in a massive amount of information, all while working in high-stress situations. We had hot days, we had cold days. We realized how much a person can actually sweat in bunker gear. Turns out it's a lot. They were pushed physically and mentally and learned how to push beyond. All of these students earned their place at this academy through unstoppable determination and an all-out or an all-in attitude and an all-out effort. To the graduates, I just want to say, enjoy your accomplishments. You have earned this. I tell my academy, you have to earn your way into my family. Welcome to my family. Just remember, your training has only just begun. Just like Chief Sendelbach, you should be a student for the rest of your career, and I hope your lives. Stay hungry for knowledge, stay humble in your service, take care of each other, never settle for the status quo, and always, always, always remember there is no such thing as a routine call.
All righty, thank you, Rob. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do right before we do certificates is every semester our students are asked to put together a video capturing their experiences during the academy over the previous 15 weeks. So we're going to start with the Day Academy video. These are videos done by them. They're not done by professionals. They're done probably a lot of trial and error, but done by, and they always do a real good job, and it's always fun to watch. So without further ado, we're going to show you the Day Academy video. Special thanks to Cavante Thomas. I think he did that right. Great job, man. Great job. All you guys collectively, thank you. Okay, Day Academy, prepare to graduate. Instructors, please join me on the stage. Hand them their certificates.
Rylan Akins. Johnny Backus.
Give a quick picture.
Sebastian Cortez. Thank you. Kendall Glasgow. Thaddeus Hayes. Luke Jacoby. Connor Lask. Colin Leonard. Trevor Lickfeld. Kendall Newberry. Annika Pavetta. Adam Pursoon.
Yes, you got it. You killed it, yeah.
Oscar Salazar. Alec Tanner. Guvante Dre Thomas. Casey Ward.
Congratulations, Day Academy. One more time, a round of applause for these students. You guys may be seated. Okay, moving right along, we're going to now be presented the video that the Knight Academy put together, followed by the issuance of their certificates. So, Ron? I gotta take that back. I said these videos weren't professionally done, but man, I don't know how you could do any better than that. Great job, again, by both you guys. Awesome, great job. All right, so Knight Academy, prepare to graduate. I'm gonna stand on this side then.
Madison Alpenhaus.
No. I totally did that.
David Bernard. Kirk Cosson. David D'Amato. Tobiah Howell. Elijah Jones. Drew Leskin. Boston Lucero. Zachary McKay.
Thank you.
James Myers. Rodrigo Perez. Jackson Rogers. Thomas Solis. Lucas Tracy. Roman West. Sean Youngin.
I got it right in practice.
All right. Let's hear it for the Knight Academy. Congratulations. I just wanted to mention a couple names that students from the Day Academy that were unable to join us today. Jack Littlefield and Jonathan Rodriguez also successfully completed the academy this semester. A round of applause for those two guys. All right, moving right along to the award, final segment of our event today, and that is the awards, where we recognize some outstanding students and present the very prestigious Goodale Award, Leadership Award, to two recipients. So I'm going to turn it over now to Chief Willits to describe and to do the awards, what they're all about, and then we'll bring our students forward.
The first award we are presenting is for academic excellence. In each academy, candidates are held to a high standard of excellence, whereas in most academic endeavors, students must earn a 70% to pass. In Fire Academy, students must earn an 80% to pass. This increase in expectation is because in fire and emergency services, there is no room for average, no room for a margin of error, no room for simply getting by. Their decisions have life and death ramifications for themselves, their team, and the people that they serve. In the academy, there's an expectation that students will invest 2 to 3 hours outside of class to be successful. It's usually more like 4 or 6. That equates to a weekly commitment of over 30 hours just to the academy. This is on top of facing all of life's other demands, family obligations, full-time jobs, and anything else that you can think of. Each candidate you see before you today is here because they performed above the standard. You who are their families and loved ones seated here today should know these graduates are here because of their strong commitment and dedication to becoming part of the fire service. With this award, we recognize the one individual from each academy who was the best in their academic pursuit. The academic award for Day Academy is Alec Tanner. The academic award for Night Academy is Boston Lucero. Huh? Yeah. The next award is the Top Rung Award. This award is given to the student who took a leadership and service role for their teammates. The students select this award recipient for that team member who was a high performer, motivated, caring, and who was a mentor and a leader. These students have had to learn how to work together, live together, and become a family. They have endured intense training for 15 weeks and learned a lot about each other, sometimes too much. As such, this award brings special meaning. Selection for any award by one's peers is a great honor, and in many ways can be more significant than any other achievement. For the Day Academy, Top Rung Award is Jack Lickfeld. Huh? The top ring award for the Knight Academy is Roman West. No, that's fine. I taught him to do this. Good job, man. Good job. The last award we confer to each academy is for leadership. This award's namesake exemplified leadership. Dave Goodell was an engineer with Lebanon Fire Department and an instructor here at Ames. He set himself to a life of serving our firefighters through a passion for learning and training. He believed that to be a great firefighter, you need to possess physical ability, experience, and the knowledge and wisdom gained from education. As a fire academy instructor at Ames, Dave established standards of excellence that are still instilled in our instructors and students today. We name this award in his honor because of not only his passion for the job, but because of how he lived that passion in his daily life, a life that was cut short on April 22nd, 1989. In the fire and emergency service, leadership is not an option. It is an expectation. At every level of the organization, you will be called. When called to serve someone in their greatest time of need, those who call us do not recognize our intricate system of badges and bugles and bars that we use to identify our rank. They see a uniform, they expect a leader. Leadership is not dependent on rank or title, but rather on character and heart. It is having the heart and character to put the needs of others above self. It is committing to a life of serving rather than being served. It is demonstrating true care for others and knowing that their well-being and success is even more important than their own. This semester's Academy recipients were selected by their instructors because of their demonstrated leadership and service from the first day and throughout the Academy. The Goodell Leadership Award for Day Academy is Annika Pivetta. The Goodell Leadership Award for the Knight Academy is James Hank Myers. Huh? I'll walk around. Chief, I give it back to you.
All right, one last thing we'd like to do is, first I'd like Day Academy to please stand. We're gonna, each academy, we have a motto that they choose and they say it throughout the semester loud and clear, so they let us know what they stand for. So first, Day Academy, if you don't mind, nice, loud, proud, let's hear your motto.
Academy, attention! For them, for each other!
Great job, thank you. Knight Academy, please stand. All right, let's hear it. I gotta say, that's a first. That's awesome. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our ceremony for today. I appreciate your patience. Great job, everybody. Congratulations again to graduates, families, friends, mothers, Happy Mother's Day. Please join us. There's going to be refreshments, cake, and things out in the hallway. We have to be clear of the CPAP Bay by 1 p.m. at the latest, but you're free to go out, enjoy cake, take tours of the campus or the training grounds. Thank you again all for coming. Appreciate you.